Hello everyone. So let's solve today's problem, longest repeating subsequence. And in this problem, we have been given a string and we have to find out what is the longest repeating subsequence. So what we can do is, let us first look at the test case, a double x, z, x, and y. Okay. So now let me write down the indices 4 and 5. So one of the long sub one of the subsequences this double x, and the second one is this x. So as you can see, the indices of both of these subsequences are different, which means the first subsequence, suppose it is A and this one is B. So A subsequence is starting from 1 and ending at 2. And the second subsequence B is starting from 2 and ending at 4, right? And the length of both of these subsequences is 2, okay? Since they have been repeating, okay? So for example, let's take another test case, a triple x y. So one of the subsequence can be made is this x, and the second one can be made these two, right? So the number of subsequence can be formed are the longest subsequence, repeating subsequence can be formed are two, since this x and these x. Okay. So now this problem is quite similar to LCS, but for a fact, there is only one string given. So all we have to do is to check if the characters are same and the indices are not equal. Here's the catch: the indices should not be equal while calculating the LRS, which means longest repeating subsequence. So I will simply code the LCS, but with a slight variation. So for that, I'll be calling a LRS function with passing the strings, since I will be requiring two strings to compare if the characters have been matched. The length of these two strings are n minus 1 from n minus 1, and let's declare n. Now let's write the LRS function. Now, if I or j goes below 0, which means the length of any of the string has ended, so we simply return. If the character matches, then we simply call the recursion to do the rest. So if, and here we add the condition that indices should not be same. Now in the else part, there might be a case that the both of the strings, there can be three cases. For example, if you remember in the LCS, we had three cases. Suppose the first string is ABC and second string is DABC. So there can be a case that only the first character of string T is not matching, but the rest of them are. So we simply call the substring function on S. Similarly, in case of S, if it was D, so first character of both the strings were not matching, so we call substring on both of these. And in case if the first character of only S string is not matching, but rest of them are. So simply call the substring function on S, not on the T. So let's write the three cases. And in the end, we simply return the maximum length that we have got from all these three variables. So let's compile. Okay, we are getting correct output, but if we submit, we surely get TLE since this has exponential time complexity. So let's now use the memoization, in which we will be using a 2D vector. Let's take it by reference and let's include this output array in our answers. And before calculating the answer, let's check if say now before after calculating the answer, let's save it in our variable. I mean the array. So that I think we should do. Okay, let's submit. Thank you.